Well, today I was feeding the fish in an amazing experience, always connecting, and I was sharing this passion with someone that was connecting in a way but is so narrow-minded regarding to symbology and so many terrenal things that she didn't like at all, and she was feeling painful because she was like, this is higher dimension that I've been talking about, because she was always trying to take me to the magical rational world, and it was way far from what I was talking about, divinities from the fish. And then it was so important to have butterflies painted in the van, this alternative lifestyle that I've been always talking about, that is so ritual and following something instead of knowing what it means, because it comes from the outside, from the inside, or from the outside, that is connected with you. And it was a very clear experience, like when, well, I do the same thing with the fish, but it was with a picture of a monarch butterfly that I have in my. So I didn't see if this woman has butterflies in the van. I just saw, when I was with you, Marianne, that someone with probably I remember that it was a France plate number, and I thought that she was French, but I don't care about anything else, right? So it is just the same thing as with the other van, with all the things like traveling is like, and I said, you don't need to travel into space to be a migrant soul. And that was, of course, after I created my migrant soul. Yeah, the thing is that people are so connected with symbology, and she was probably even playing with the tarot cards or things like that, all these things that I never believed in, and all the things that I've been living with. So I was here alone in the middle of nowhere, and then she came with everything. She was here and I was feeding the fish, and after a while I thought she was just living, because I was crazy filming the fish and having a documentary, and there was a documentary because of the experience of how the fish were eating in some way or another, studying the behavior, the feeling I get, just like Tarzan in the middle of the jungle. So when I offer, if you want to experience something like that, she said, I don't need bread to connect with the nature. So I felt everything, absolutely everything, and I had this experience all my life, and today probably I made a couple of videos about that. So you're never gonna get any higher if you are so closed, holding tight to your values, to your beliefs. And it's exactly what I needed to experience today after the 4 previous videos about Buddhism, about dying every night, having a new life every morning. So yeah, today was the highest day, because I could have met this woman being with you a month ago, or but the things had to be the way it had to be more real, because I know what is going on. And I don't want to speak, I never like to speak too much. And I remember her speaking like 1 hour with, she was going to go into the ocean, and she finally didn't go into the ocean because somebody stopped her, and they were talking and talking, and we were together and we were playing cards, and she was like talking for 2 hours or something like that. I said, they're gonna band. And then she said, no, I don't want to, because I felt this feeling so many times when people get to something that is so far from your beliefs that you're not gonna go back behind half of your life to take the other road. But it doesn't matter, because people who have never followed that spiritual path, they don't have to regret about anything. You just Learned 4 years ago, perfect. Better 4 years ago than too late, right? Doesn't matter if you are 50, 60, 70, or if you are 5. Like, well, when you never disconnect from your child, that, is it a question of luck? Is it a question of education? Is it a question of what? Of just listening to yourself, nothing else. And that's it. How do you listen? Is experiencing, not through your mind. But the problem is that when the people, they think they hear voices because their mind is telling them voices, because they read something, they are obsessed with religion or with whatever. And they keep learning, climbing the mountain of very filtered information. And just the way I was talking before about Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell committing suicide, they were genius people. They were genius. Chris Cornell was probably like Buddha, and I haven't read much about him, but the few things that I read about other people talking about him, it was like he could have been another kind of Buddha, and Jesus Christ and everyone, right? So that was the video this morning. So yeah, the continuation of everything, that I am here all by myself in the middle of nowhere, and a new experience had to happen for someone. For me, it's the same experience because I had it like 3 or 4 times before. What am I having here? Bread? I know, walnuts.